Hey, my name's Elijah, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your header, footer, and navigation in Breakdance. If you're here because you're learning how to make a WordPress website, knowing how to create a custom header, footer, and navigation is absolutely essential. So let's jump into Breakdance, which is our visual site builder, and start designing. In Breakdance, if you're already editing something and you want to edit the header, just hover over it and then click Edit Main Header, and then click OK, and that's going to take you over to the header. Now our colors are already good because they're all dependent on the global colors that we swapped out. I'm going to leave this ticker at the top, I think, because I'm imagining this is maybe the website for like a freelancer or something like that. Hire me today makes sense. But what I do want to do is I want to swap out this freelance FX image for the name of our company or our service. So what we'll do is we'll select this image by left clicking it, and then we'll click add. And we're just going to use text here. So we'll do a text element. Now we could use regular text if we want to, but if we want to turn this into a link, which it probably should be so that people can click it to go home, we can use a text link. So let's drop that in. Now text links have some default styles, which we don't want for this specific one. So we'll get rid of the image, which leaves just our text link. And I just deleted that by selecting it and hitting backspace. But when you have something selected, you can also hit this trash can icon to delete it, or this one up here. Now let's name this bold creative. And we want to actually link this to the homepage, which we can do by just putting a / in the link area. And then we need to adjust the styles. So let's go over to the design tab and typography. And we could use a preset for this, but let's go ahead and style this since it's kind of a one-off. We'll change the color to one of our global colors, base. The alignment is fine. Font family, we might come back to that in a minute after we do some more treatment here, but let's raise the font size to something like 32 pixels. I think the weight is okay. We can make it bolder or lighter if we wanted to, but I like it as it is. Line height is fine. Under advanced, let's go in here. We can tweak the letter spacing if we want, but I don't think we need to for this particular instance. We do, however, want to transform it to all caps, and then we want to remove the underline. Even though this is a link and it should be underlined, it's kind of a logo too, so we don't want the underline to be part of it. That looks pretty good, but I think the font size is a little bit too big, so we'll close this out and then step this down to maybe like 24 pixels. Now that's perfectly serviceable, but let's do maybe a slightly fancier option as well, just to show you how it would be done. Let's add a link wrapper this time, which is a link that just allows us to put anything we want inside of it. Again, this is going to be linked to the homepage, so just a / here in the link field. And then we're going to add an element called dual heading. So this has this like animated highlight effect on some of the words. And I think this would be really cool if we had bold, normal, and then creative highlighted, or vice versa. So it's going to say bold and then creative. Now let's go over and play with the styles because we want this highlight effect to match our branding, right? So let's go to the both area here. This is where we can adjust typography. Really, we just want to step this down a little bit. Let's try 24 pixels like we did with the other one. And then we can get rid of this text link. Now we don't really want to change anything else with the typography. So let's go over here and look at our secondary settings, which is where our annotate is set up. If we turn that off, it's just going to look like what we had before. But let's turn that back on and let's go to the effect and look at what different types of effects we have. We have underline, we have box, we have circle, we have strike through, and a few others. But I think I like the underline best because it doesn't overlap the text. So if we make it green to match our branding, it's not going to drown out the text with like a light background color and white text. Now that we've chosen the effect we want, we can actually tweak the color. Let's try this kind of accent color here. I think that looks pretty good, but I also like the brighter green, which we seem to be using most places. So we'll swap to that. We can also adjust the duration, stroke width, iterations, and swap it to RTL if we want, which we don't need to do any of that for this particular instance. So now we have this cool animation effect on our logo, which just makes it a little bit more fancy. But it's still a clickable link because if we click this up arrow when we have an element selected, it will select that element's parent. So we'll click that, and you can see that we have that wrapper link around this. So when people click this, they'll be able to go to the home page. Now we have the menu. Here's where we can tweak which pages we surface in the menu. And this is a menu builder element. If we want to see the structure in Breakdance of how something is put together, we can click this structure icon at the top right, and it's going to show us all the layers that we have in our builder. In this case, we have a menu builder and then a bunch of menu links inside. The menu builder is essentially a wrapper that adds all the proper functionality and markup to the menu. And we can add different things inside of it, like menu link, menu custom areas, which let you put anything in the area, menu custom dropdown, which lets you put anything in a dropdown, a menu dropdown, which is a little bit more fixed, but still pretty flexible, and then a menu button, which will add a button styled element to the menu. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this because we already have a button over here. And for this, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple, but I do wanna remove the pricing link and I wanna add a home link. So I'm gonna delete that one. Then with the menu builder selected, I'll click menu link. And we'll click and drag this over to the left. We'll double click to change the text and type home. And then we'll link this to the home page as well. Even though our logo is linked to the home page, not everybody is going to know that that's linked. And so they'll look for a home button, and this helps them get back to the home page if they need to get there. Now let's check these other links and make sure they're linked to the proper pages. And I believe they are. And then the contact button over here should be linked to our contact page, which it is. So now the header is all wired up and customized. Let's go ahead and save that. And now we want to swap to the footer. But as you can see, the footer doesn't actually appear in the preview. So we can't use the same method we used before to get into the header. One easy way to swap between things you're editing in Breakdance without having to leave and reload the builder is with this navigator up here in the top bar. So you can see here we're on the main header. We want to actually swap to the main footer. So we can just click that, and that brings us to the footer. So now we just need to swap out some of this information. So this is a button. We just need to change the text over here to our@email.com. And then we need to change our phone number to something different. There we go. And then let's check this button and see what it's linked to. It is linked to the contact page. So are these buttons as well, I believe. No, this is actually wired up to open up their email client, which is cool. Normally you would have to do like a mail to : and then your email address, but Breakdance takes care of that for you, as long as you use this contact type. You can also set it to a URL, open a lightbox, or perform an action, but we don't need that right now. I believe this one's set up the same way, and it is using the telephone action. Now this is probably linked to the contact page. Yeah, so this whole footer is basically dedicated to getting people to contact you, which is fine. And then we have our copyright information, which we don't ever want this going out of date. So here's a trick I like to do. We'll get rid of this, and we're gonna use something called dynamic data. It seems a little intimidating at first, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. You can click the dynamic data icon next to the field, and then just search for date. And then under utility, click current date. And then we need to tweak some settings. So right now it's going to show the full month, day, and year. We don't want that. We just want the year. So we'll do custom and then type Y in the custom format. That means it's always going to show the current year, which is really helpful to never have an outdated copyright notice at the bottom of the page. Now under advanced, we can add our copyright text. And then after it, we'll put a space and we'll say bold creative. So now we're always going to have up-to-date copyright text in our footer, which is really, really handy. Now we do have a menu here, but I want this to match exactly the menu in the header. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my changes here. I'm going to swap back to my header. Let's click that. Now we'll click our menu link, and then we can click this up arrow to make sure we have the whole menu builder selected, or we can select it over here in the structure panel. Once we have that selected, we can just hit Command or Control C to copy it to our clipboard. And then we can swap back to our footer. Let's click that. And then we can just click down here, get rid of this other menu builder, and then hit Command or Control V to paste in the menu from the header so that they match exactly. Now we want it to be in the middle, so we'll click and drag to move it up in the structure panel. And then we also need to wire up these social icon links. So we'll open each social network, make sure they're set to the right type, and then make sure the link is correct. And you can add additional social network icons down here if you want. Say we wanted something like Vimeo or LinkedIn, we could just select that. It shows the icon, and then we can add the link. You can also style these under the design tab. You can change the color of the icons. Here you can see it's already using our global colors, which is why it matches our design perfectly. You can also change the shape to square or custom. but we'll stick with circle. So that's about it for the footer. Now we're going to move on to the home page. But before we do that, there's one little detail that a lot of people forget that can make your site look a lot more professional, and that's the favicon. That's the little symbol up here in the tab list when you have the website open. So let's go to the front end, and you can see that our favicon is actually set to this default globe icon, which we don't want. Now, all you really need is a logo that's readable at this size, and you need to set it to 512 pixels by 512 pixels, and then you can add it to WordPress. But I don't have a logo for this specific website, so I'm going to show you an easy way to create a text favicon. If you go over here to favicon.io/favicon-generator, you can create a text favicon. Here I've plugged in our brand color of green, but I do need to go get the black color from our global settings. So we'll go back into Breakdance, 3-dot icon to open global settings, go to colors, and open the palette to get our hex code from our primary color. Now we'll jump back over here and paste that in. Now it's going to be perfectly on brand, and since our website is named Bold Creative, we'll just put BC in here. And you can see that's going to be readable even at a very small size. Now we just download this, and once it's downloaded, we can go back over to our website, go to the website URL in the admin bar and click Dashboard. Now to change the favicon, we need to go to Appearance, Customize. This is kind of the old school way to customize your website. You're not going to use this very much when you're using Breakdance, but for the favicon, this is the easiest way. We'll click Site Identity and then go down here and click Select Site Icon. Now we do need to upload our files, which when you download it from that favicon generator, you'll get a zip file. You'll need to unzip it into this folder, and then you get a bunch of different sizes. You don't actually need all those sizes for WordPress. You just upload the 512 pixel one and then click Open and then click Select. Now we can close out this generator. We'll publish that change. And then if we go back up to the front end of the website, you'll see that we now have this nice icon, which makes the website look much less generic and better put together.
Now you know how to customize your site's header, footer, and navigation. Again, my name's Elijah, and thank you for watching.